Welcome back to Forever Stranded Lost Souls. Today we're building a spawn tavern. What is a spawn tavern, you may ask? And that is a great question. This is what is going to be the spawn tavern. So first of all, this is what's happened since the last episode. That's looking a lot better than it used to. I put in a little piece on the side here. I've extended it out that way. And now it's just a matter of myself or some other people who are going to be using that area behind there. We'll just go and put the rest of the back in once that's there. I really didn't think much of a reason of finishing it up. And by the way, these bees here, people have told me to get rid of them. I don't know. I kind of like the little bee and like the bees going around there and sometimes just doing this and yeah, they chase you, attack you, hurt you. You really don't want to be around the bees, but I think it looks pretty cool. We might keep that up there for a while. However, here I found a really neat little block with the architecture craft. Look at architectural block there. It's really cool because I found out that the immersive engineering windmill over there can actually function once you've put it down and just keep working by itself without the main coil or whatever is behind it, which is pretty cool. So in other words, we've just got a windmill turning without the ugly block behind it. Another little positive over there. Then we get back to the tavern because that was the first thing we needed to go through. And I've been doing a little bit of messing around here, playing with some blocks, trying to work out what works, what we have really. And the problem is not that we don't have a lot. The problem is that we have a lot, and that is a struggle. But we've already worked out some cool things. First of all, using a little bit of simple limestone, a little bit of dark oak wood, and a bit of Botania's living wood planks over there, which I think will look really cool just to keep the roofs kind of similar. And if you haven't got the idea of this spawn, it's going to be all kind of closed in on this side, and this side's going to be reasonably open. I still want to do something over here, but not too much. First of all, I think it's a bit... We don't have to overdo the spawn, you know what I mean? It's a bit much to overdo everything around the spawn, have a whole big circle and then nothing on the outside. Besides, people are going to be coming here and then just flying off into the distance, and it really doesn't make sense to have everything boxed in. The other cool thing, and this is the cool thing about the tavern, is it is extremely functional. Like, ridiculously functional. It's going to be hopefully, I could say hopefully, one of the most useful buildings in Spawn is the tavern, because what we are going to do here is we are going to have the teleporters, which are these things around here. I've moved them quite a few times now. These things around here, which you guys know what I'm talking about. You go in here, you fly off into the sky, drop down on the other one, and that's going to be a pretty useful thing for us getting to and from the nether. However, the other cool thing with them is we can hide them, and they are very, very small. They're only 2 blocks tall, so I'm going to be putting them all down in here. We'll have the tavern as like your spawning spot, the place that you kind of just renew yourself. I guess that would be like the equivalent of like a spawn point, you know? Like that sort of a thing where you come in, start fresh, keep going, go back into the nether. It kind of just feels like a spawn point. That's, I guess, a better way of saying it. And what we're going to do then, once we've got this whole spawn point idea all sorted, we're going to need a way out of it. And we need a cool way out of it. And look at this cool little chimney here. Also, architectural craft over here, or architecture craft. There we go. Looking pretty cool, I think. It's nice. Considering it's only using one particular block type, it's actually really awesome. And bees, get away from me. Get away from me. There we go. One type of block being that cobblestone brick all the way up to the top here. And then I've just gone ahead and I've used chisel and bits to pull out the rest of this. And we're going to go all the way down with this. So all the way from... In fact, no, this isn't the one we want. These will be more useful. Oh no, still not very useful. We need to get ourselves onto drawn region, and we can just take out this whole chunk all the way to there and just keep it going down, because we can actually fall through this. And if we can have ourselves spawn in here, we can just fly out the chimney. That's a neat little thing, I think. Just fly right out the chimney. In fact, I've even got a cooler idea, which might even work, is using some elevators. We could even just elevate ourselves onto the top, and we're out here, and then we can just fly off that way, which is also a pretty cool thing. So what we're going to do right now is one thing I really wanted to do, and I think that worked fantastic on the last build, which is that one there, was getting these windows in with a little bit of this stuff being the packed ice or compressed ice. Let me just get it right. Hardened ice, neither of the two. And we're going to get some windows in on this place, and I thought it would be really neat just to add in, like, for instance, one around here. That was weird. I clicked from before. Let me try this again from... I know why I can't, because this block is occupying that. Okay, that makes sense. We'll just go up to the furthest extent we can. So if we do this, it won't place the blocks there. That's fine. In fact, that's actually workable. That's cool with what I'm planning on doing. So if we do that there, get rid of this one over here, and then we can put in some other blocks around the place. So what we could do with this fantastic, what is this, storage tablet? Let's go find ourselves a bit of coal, like that. And we'll check if coal's got a chiselable block. And then, not only coal, we'll probably want some spruce. Because spruce is a fantastic block. Better with mods? No, we want that one. That one right there. So we put that one down. Oh, well, actually, we take one of them out. And we can see what kind of blocks we got available to us with coal. A lot of good blocks, actually. And I think we will be able to get away with a little bit of a darker block. Yeah, sometimes when you use these extremely black blocks, for instance, like these, they end up looking a little bit weird, but I think this will work quite well for us. We got that. We can maybe get ourselves one of those. They're a bit darker, yeah. We'll use one of them. Cool. So what we want to do is we want to go into chisel and bit mode right now, which is the mode you would assume you would never see me coming out of, because I love me some chisel and bits. Oh my gosh, this the more I'm playing with this mod, the more I'm like, I don't know how I ever played modded without it. It's so awesome. It's really cool. Like 1.7.10 days before this existed. Oh man, what would I have done? Thank goodness I wasn't building things at that time. All right, let's get this in. So if we do a little bit of a border around there, that's a nice little frame. And then what I want to do is I want to go and do something like this. And we might even be able to do a cool little thing on the top of here, which will make it pretty interesting. You see what I mean? And also, by the way, I've worked out with these sorts of blocks like this, I'm not becoming as deterred as I was, as deterred as I was when I was putting these down and thinking of chiseling and bitting them. They create this really nice look around them. And you can see I've been on for a while just working out some things. Well, let's wait for this here. So yeah, once you do that, once you put them on like that, for instance, let me just switch that off. You get all these little pieces looking like this, like just variance within the block all the way around. And it looks pretty, I think, pretty natural, pretty organic, and looks pretty good. So let's get some of these. Did I drop them somewhere? Why do I only have one coal? That's fine. Whoa, that's fine. Okay, that's cool with me. There, we can maybe do something like this, I was thinking, which is something I've seen in windows in sort of pubs and taverns around the place, where they've got a little bit of a wire holding in all the pieces of glass, generally with like maybe a bit more of a stain to the glass, a bit more of I don't know what you would call it, perhaps it's not dirtied, it's just not as clear, like a frosted sort of glass I'm picturing in here. Can maybe try one of these. And perhaps this over here, the coal might still be a little bit too much, and I'm beginning to think that is the case. Don't know what I've just done here. We'll play around with it, see what happens. Let's just see what happens here. But it might turn out to be a cool looking window, or at least a cool idea for this window if we do this like this. So, oh, no, not wanting to do that. You know what? I actually kind of like that. That does look cool. So what we'll do is we'll actually fix this up, because that is horrid. I couldn't stand to see that completely out there. I'm sure I would definitely get some people who are not very happy about that. So if we get those out the way like that, yeah, that's perfect. So now that we got the window covered, the next thing is I want to get the inside looking good, because people are going to spawn on the inside here. And of course, by the way, if you're wondering, yes, you can spawn through there, but it's not as practical. It takes a while. You got to have the portal turned on. It's just a little bit hard to go through all the time, and definitely, well, I mean, actually, by the way, you kind of need it, because if this is switched off on one side, if you're not in the nether, you're kind of going to have a tough time getting back. So it's definitely just better off to kind of hedge your bets and do it that way. Why do I have these in my hand over here? Let's take those back. There they are there. We can maybe just do a little bit of a thing over here, because it's looking very flat at the top. So if we do something, for instance, like that. Oh, we can't go out anymore. That's right. That's all right. We can still work this one out. We do this, and we maybe just pull it over the top like that. Oh, no, one more. Like that. Yeah, that'll work. And then just a few more here. There. Here. Is that 2 on that side or 1 on that side? 1 on that side. We'll just do this. Yeah, you see there? A nice little window there. It actually could still do with a bit more work to it. But that looks cool. It actually sort of looks like a bit of a church window. I hope it doesn't turn out to be the case. We'll have to do a bit of work with that if that's the case. But the cool thing is, now that we've got that done, we can go ahead and do some other things. For instance, we can add some more blocks like over here. We can break away these blocks in the limestone. Let me show you here. So if I got rid of that, I could really just put in whatever block I like. For instance, that one right there. Make it look a little bit more interesting. I'm not going to do that with this particular one, but you could do that, and that's the beauty of it. I really like that. So maybe we'll just fix that up. We've had a theme of going flying, or fixing our flying stuff up. since the beginning, actually, of us starting to fly in this series. And what I've decided to do, because as of oh snap, I've just actually just gone to collect my stuff because I actually just died up there. Real pain in the butt, not gonna lie. That'll help me, and I've lost my helmet. That's all right. But what I was saying is, we've had the theme of improving these as we've been going. And one thing I do want to do is get myself upgraded flight, because currently I've got a pretty snazzy jetpack. This thing is actually pretty cool, I think. And I was going for that other one that I mentioned in the last episode, which is just not quite gonna cut it, because there is actually something better than that, which is actually almost more achievable. It's definitely more achievable, apparently, than this one. You might not say that's the case, because what we are looking for right now is one of the most annoying animal or mobs in Minecraft. One of the most common ones when you don't need them around, a ghast. Apparently, ghasts don't come out when you are looking for them, which is oh, which direction was that? Okay, we might be successful in our ghast hunting. And if you guys are wondering why I'm not getting hit by any lava damage, where did it go? I heard you guys. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what we need to do is we need to catch this guy. I forgot to mention. Ghast is too many hearts. Reduced to 5 hearts. Okay, cool. Oh, that's right, because ghasts, all these mobs have now kind of, okay, what is it on right now? All these mobs, because of that difficulty being so high, can I do this in my it means that these guys, come back here, please. 60 hearts, okay, so we can do some solid damage to it. Yeah, it means that these guys have more health, and I'm assuming more armor as well. Man, this is such a pain in the butt to do. Let me just put this on. Oh man, that was tough. And mostly scary as well, because I'll tell you why it was scary. You click this button, and you click on this thing. When I was clicking on these angel rings, I clicked on this one, clicked on that one, and then I saw that. And I was like, I don't mind doing this. This seems right. That and that, waiting for these ghasts. Oh my gosh, that was going to be such a pain in the butt. But it seems that doing the way we've done it, so just kind of going through this route over here, if you click through there, it doesn't take you through the extreme crafting. You can just do this all through this way, and it seems to work quite well. I did have some troubles though with the with it automatically just putting a general angel ring in the spot, and I was wondering, I was like, that was what was making me think it wasn't working. It was clicking on it, it was actually putting the wrong one in there. It was putting the squid one in here when it needed a chicken. But that's right, we've got this. Let's see the moment of truth. Moment of truth. Okay, maybe, just maybe, we need to do this. Grab a stack of that. Need to grab a stack of them, and that'll be good. That'll be good. There we go. So we'll do that and pop them in a real deal crafting table. I'm feeling that could be the case. The issue that we are having. There we go. Okay, cool. So we've got this now, and I'm pretty sure if I do this, it makes it into a bauble. So there's no bauble, there's bauble. And bauble is here. Where we put this on, is that the ring spot? There. Okay, take these off. Ooh. Ah. Look at that. Okay, we might look like a little bit of an idiot to begin with, and then more of an idiot with giant golden wings, but that's alright. That's fine. We'll be alright. So how about we have a look at this? And actually, what happens if I do this? Oh, that is so good. We don't even need these slime boots anymore. We can actually just, I guess, wear proper boots. I don't even know what those boots are. That was just a coincidence. But that is so good. Look at this. Now we can actually just go with practically creative flight around the place. And that will make these buildings so much easier. And looking around at these buildings so much easier. So I haven't done actually too much just yet because we've gone on this little adventure. But I've put these in at the top here. Put a few little things in on the side. And it's looking really good. Is this really over the top? I don't think so. I think it's pretty good. I think we're doing pretty alright for getting this spawn sorted out. We've obviously got to clear this area up, get a little bit more done here. And one thing I'm thinking of doing is just a tree, maybe two or three trees, some bushes, a little bit of a fountain there, and then that's good. But you know what the impressive thing is? Well, one of the cool things I think is pretty impressive is inside this, right over here, we've got ourselves a front door. But this door is not just any front door. It's an unopenable one. Look at that. Absolutely nothing. It's chisels and bits, and it's a tricky front door. We've also managed to get ourselves in here somehow, and that is when you walk up to the front door, you just gotta like knock like that, and then bam, you're inside. How cool is that? Alright, sneaky. You try to work it out. Pretty simple. But basically, what we've done is I've gone for this little bit of a play on, like, your idea of where you are, I guess. I thought it would be cool to have a bit of fun with the fact that we can do things like that and make the inside a lot bigger than what it looks like from the outside. So if we just go back to the door, we're just going to have to push that open and why can't I push this open there? Ah, perfect. There we go. Yeah, I was being a derp. But yeah, basically, like, having this door, having the fireplace there, we can walk through it. Obviously, the roofs are a lot higher, everything like that. But when you walk inside here, of course, it seems pretty small. You walk inside and then, bam, space everywhere, which is great. Now, I do have these little pieces over here, these shell storages, or shell storage. What would be the plural of that? The shell storages? I don't know. But basically, what we could do is we could have a look and see where we can put stuff here to maybe decorate them. Although, my main concern with this place is I wanted it to be fly safe. So, for instance, I could do this. I could jump out of this and just very quickly go there and run up to the fireplace. By the way, I'll get to that, but run up to the fireplace and just jump up, see if you can get out, and then bam, you're out on the top here. And then you can just go off and fly without much of a hindrance to you getting in and out of the nether, which I thought is a pretty cool little idea. You got to think about these things, you know, as you're going through. Obviously, there's a lot of work to be done in terms of little decorating here, but you know, little decorating, it's a lot of fun. If anyone wants to chip in, they can feel free to do it. If not, I'll eventually just go ahead and add some plates, add a little bit of a back bar counter to this tavern, a few, maybe a bench over there or something like that. I don't want to get in the way. That's the important thing. I don't want to get into the way with, for instance, I've actually thought this would be a pretty funny way to troll people. Annoying for them, funny for everyone else, is to just put one bit in the front here so it couldn't get through, you know, you just got stuck there. That would be pretty good. Well, as I say, for them, not for us. For us, not for them. And actually, that is not completed. Wonderful. So over here, this little fire, look at this. Chisels and bits, man, you gotta love them. So I've decided I would make my own custom fire because, of course, I don't want a full fire there. I also want the place burning down. And I made my own little fire here, which I think looks really cool. Just these small details. The flames going up, the little bit of smoke going off the top. I think that adds to the area, and we obviously will just keep adding more and more. The reason it's so flat, which is uncharacteristic of builds that I do, being very flat, is purely because I don't want people to get stuck when they come down here and try and go upstairs, as I was just talking about. I really don't want that to be the case. And actually, this is a good little thing we're doing right here to help it out. So when we do little things like this, when it is flat, we've got chisels and bits even to fix the chisels and bits issues. So chisels and bits made this too flat. We make it unflat. Like that. Look at that. A nice little fireplace. And I guess we could really go into details over here, for instance, pulling out pieces like that, and just doing that up the way. I'm not going to do it, but we can do that, and that's actually a pretty useful way of doing this over here. But for today, guys, what we will do is we will call that an episode. Let me know your ideas. And by the way, anyone who derps out and can't get in here, if they come up to the front door, go watch their episodes. All the other Cobblenauts, you know where they're in the description right now. You know where they are. Go check them out, and if they have any troubles, you go tell them in their comments. Tell them, listen, you're not a derp. Jansey is, and he's just derped up and made the door like that. If you can't get through the door, if they just can't work it out, just tell them, how about you go jump down the chimney, become a Santa, and you'll be able to get in. You know, that's what you got to tell them. So, thank you very much for watching, guys. We have had a successful episode. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one.